Thank you, Lee. Thanks for coming out to Dozer Park this evening. Hello to those of you on MILB TV as well. I'm joined by Luken Baker, our Pekin Insurance Beyond the Expected Player of the Game yesterday. And how you doing? Welcome to the pregame show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm doing well today.
Big blast last night. Had to feel good to get your first in a Chiefs uniform. You had one down in the Gulf Coast League before joining us, but to have your first be a tie-breaking home run to cap a big inning makes it even a little bit more special, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was good to get that off my back, But I'm glad it came at the time it did, and for us to get the win, it was a pretty big situation.
You jumped into this team in the middle of a hot streak that we were on in Michigan. We had just swept Lansing. You joined us, take 2 out of 3 in Great Lakes. Team's still been rolling since then. What have you noticed that it is about this team where a 5-1 deficit like that yesterday doesn't seem to phase anybody in that dugout as well? Obviously, the first 3 innings didn't go well. 5 errors, down 5-1, but all right, cool. We'll get them back.
Yeah, just since I've been here and since I've been in the organization, even down in the GCL, it's there's a big emphasis on winning baseball games as well as the development in baseball, and it's something that I love being around. We have a lot of good players on this team that know how to get the job done.
What have you noticed as the big difference from college ball to pro ball? Obviously, you're playing every day where you weren't so much in college, but you're not going to class like you were in college too. So I guess what are the pros of pro ball that you've noticed so far in your first 6 weeks or so?
The pros of pro ball are that it's baseball paradise. You get to play baseball every day. Like you said, there's no class, but yeah, the biggest difference is probably the consistency and the quality of baseball that's played. You don't really have any off nights. Every pitcher you face is good. Every hitter you face is good. So it's a battle every night.
You had an injury that cut short your year, and I know you had some big-time rehab to go through that to get to where you are now. What was that like for you?
It was tough. I had been through it before. I ended my sophomore year with a nasty play up the first base line and tore my left UCL and had to rehab that. So I knew how to handle it. I feel like I handled it the right way and put myself in a position to come back and be where I am now.
Might be the first time I've seen a slip and slide on the outfield grass, though, as you get ready for that. Was that a little different for you?
Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun. I had no idea. Dan just brought it out one day. He said, "Yeah, I went to Target, got a slip and slide," and that's how we worked on it. And that's one of the ways that I got comfortable with sliding again.
All of a sudden, you're 8 years old again, right? You're just ready to go on these warm days. And you jump in college ball, a trip to Omaha for you your freshman year, and a great program, a lot of success there. And in sophomore year, too, although as you mentioned, you were hurt then. What memories do you have from that trip? A lot of success, national TV, of course, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it was awesome. That was being able to go my first 2 years of college. It's a great experience. Yeah. It's like the whole city shuts down just for the 8 teams that are there, and stadium's always packed, and it's great baseball, and you're playing for something bigger than yourself.
A great fan base there, great fan base from St. Louis. So got to feel right at home being in a Cardinals organization coming from a program like TCU.
Oh yeah, I'm loving it. Since I've been here, the fans have been incredible, and I'm looking forward for the same.
You kind of see the guys now that play both ways. You did that in college, your freshman year. You see what Brendan McKay's been able to do in his first year as a pro. Ohtani until he got hurt as a pitcher. Do you keep an interesting eye on those guys because you did it in college? Obviously, a lot of guys are able to do it in college, but now you're seeing guys doing it at the pro, and might be the wave of the future.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's tough being able to find the balance between hitting and pitching and knowing when to focus on what. And that was my biggest struggle at the beginning of my freshman year was, being where my feet are. That was a big thing that I had to learn with that, and that helped me through my injuries as well, and it's helped me so long in pro ball.
You jump into this lineup, and we're in the 2 slot yesterday, the 5 slot kind of bounce around. Those 2 guys right either behind you or yesterday in front of you, Montero and Gonzalez. You get into guys that are in the streak they're in. Alaris was named the entire Midwest League Player of the Month today for the month of July, and you had a front row seat to the way he was hitting because a lot of times he was driving you in when he was batting third, and then Yari was doing the same thing in the cleanup spot. What's it been like hitting in front of them, being on base in front of those guys for the 3 weeks you've been here?
Oh, it's been incredible to watch. Both of them are great hitters. Shoot, when we were in Clinton, Yari had, 3 first-inning bombs in a row, and one game Monty, you know, he was 4 for 5 with 4 doubles. It's something I'd never seen before. So it's really neat having a front row seat to watch those guys.
You already wanted the free food, I think, with the home run got him, right? That was the deal there. For you, the ball off the bat, we see some incredible numbers up there. Do you pay attention to those kinds of things at all?
It's neat to look at. Obviously, after it happens, it's over and it's on to the next thing. But it's nice to get that feedback every once in a while.
Is there like a competition in the dugout where it's like, oh, my home run went farther than yours, or I hit it harder than you did, or is there anything like that, or is it just, hey, those count and let's high five and get on with it?
Well, yesterday was my first one, so I just recently joined that conversation. So we'll find out.
You'll find out. Somebody come up and be like, man, yours went like 395. I went 430. Because I know they did that in Beloit before you joined us. There was a couple long ones with Plummer and Gonzalez, and they were comparing the numbers that came across, which is a lot of fun to do. You jump in here, minor league baseball. You're a little far away from home and in Texas to here. So what's it like keeping in touch with family and friends? I'm sure social media plays a role of that. They're able to watch on MILB TV, which is nice. But what's it like for you keeping in touch with family back in Texas?
It's not too bad. I talk to my parents every day. I stay in touch with everyone that's close to me, and they're always checking in on me. I'm always checking in on them, and I have a great relationship with my family, so it's been pretty good.
That TCU Twitter feed helps out too, right? Because they retweet every time we tag you in there. They're able, at least on Twitter, to get that out to the masses. Because I know those fans follow you even when you go to pro ball.
Yeah, the media department there they're really good at what they do, and they try to keep up with all past frogs and their future endeavors.
First base and DH for you. I asked Zach that a couple of days ago. Is there any difference that you do to get yourself ready when you see a DH next to your name as opposed to a first base?
Not really. Maybe throw a little bit less to make sure that I'm not blowing my arm out every day. But other than that, it's all the same. You're still preparing for a baseball game the same you would any other day.
Off day tomorrow. Got any plans?
Not yet. We'll find out.
Sleep in?
Yeah, definitely sleep in.
Definitely sleep in. Luken, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thanks, sir.
Luken Baker, home run yesterday to get the Chiefs on top 8-5. We're off tomorrow. We're going to King County. We'll see you back here on Saturday night. Thanks for spending your Monday with us at Dozer Park.